Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. And before we get into today's tipping video for round 6, I just want to say I'm so sorry for not uploading. I'm pretty sure this is going to be my first upload since last week's tips, which I'm sorry about. I'm going to do a bit of a cardi and I'm going to maybe cut off the weekly vlogs for now, because I'm just thinking the past few weekly vlogs have just been really poor quality, so I'm just going to cut them off for a little bit until I get back into the mood to do them. But today we'll be going over my round 6 tips, and it is such a massive round to tip for this week. Obviously, all the Anzac Day games will be happening, so stay tuned to see who I end up tipping in today's video. And also, obviously, like normal, we'll be going over my round 5 tips as well, so let's get straight into it. So as you can see in the top left there, my round score says it was a total of 6 tips correct, and obviously I did tip a few upsets in this round, so that probably makes sense why I only got 6 correct. So we'll go through them. I did tip Richmond by 13 points. They won by, I think, what was it, like 86? I think they won by 86 points. Crazy. I thought the Saints would have put up a bit more of a challenge than this after coming back against West Coast. But nonetheless, I still got the tip correct. That's all that matters. The margin really doesn't matter. So I got the tip correct. That's all that counts. Tipped him by 13. I was off by 73 in the end. West Coast Collingwood also got this tip correct. So we're on a bit of a stroll here. Two tips in a row correct. However, they were pretty easy to predict. On Saturday, first game was the Doggies and Gold Coast. Doggies absolutely flogged. They are now 5-0 for their win-loss ratio. Sydney GWS. I tipped Sydney. I really thought they were going to get the job done here. But GWS, who was it? Was it Kelly who just grabbed it out of the ruck and snapped it around with a minute to go? A bit of a Phil Davis type play there, but you know what? It's all right. It's all right. I just really didn't see GWS coming out and winning against the Swans, so they're on the trot 2 weeks in a row. They won against Collingwood and then they won against Sydney. Carlton, Port Adelaide. I went a bit of an upset here. I tipped the Blues. I thought they would get it done at their home ground, cheering on their home fans, cheering them on. But that was not the case at all. Port Adelaide really just dominated the whole game. And then the last game on Saturday was Brisbane, and Essendon got the tip correct with Brisbane. They were dominant in terrible conditions to say the least, but they still got the job done. And moving on to the last 3 games of round 5, which I tipped. First one was Adelaide Freo. I never tip against my team, and I got this one correct, which is really good. I doubt many people tip Freo. I think, with my memory, I think maybe around 14% of people tipped Freo to win this last week. It was around the 14% mark anyway, so nonetheless, Freo got the job done, which is all that matters really. I am a Dockers supporter, obviously, so all that matters is that they got it done. And they did at the end, got that tip correct, tipped Melbourne over Hawthorn. It was a very close game up until the last quarter, and the D's just ran away with it. And then here at GMHBA Stadium, I was one of the 1% of people who tipped the Kangaroos. I do know why. I did explain it in the tipping video from last week. I just thought Geelong were not going to, they just weren't going to play as well as they usually do, and they're just taking North Melbourne as an easy opponent, and then North Melbourne will know that they're doing that, and will just run all over them. But they did kick the first 2 or 3 goals of the game, North Melbourne. So I thought my tip was looking on track there, but yeah, they ended up losing by 30 points, so they still have not won a game this season. And now moving on to all of the Anzac Day games of round 6. So we got Anzac round, is that what they call? I'm not 100% sure. GWS and the Doggies at Manuka Oval. Ooh. 5% of people tip GWS. I'm so tempted to tip an upset here. Oh, but it could be dumb. But I'm actually going to tip GWS. Oh, but this could be really dumb though, couldn't it? Oh. They're coming off 2 wins in a row. The Doggies are just in amazing form. I'm actually going to tip the Giants. Oh, this is so dumb. Yeah, no, I'm going to tip them. I'm going to tip them by 2 points. that one's going to come back and bite me in the arse. I can already feel it. Geelong and West Coast at GMHBA. Geelong should get the job done pretty comfortably at their home deck as well. Yeah, they should get that one done. And West Coast, what are they coming off? They are coming off a win against Collingwood at their home ground. So I reckon Geelong should be able to get the job done against the Eagles. But I'm still just nervous about the Friday night tip there. I've gone the GWS Giants, still win it in an upset, I reckon. But moving on to Saturday, second game on Saturday. There's no Thursday night game this week as well, so a bit interesting. Gold Coast versus Sydney at Metricon Stadium. Are the Swans overrated? They lost against GWS. Are they overrated? They won their first 4 games of the season and then lost last week against GWS. Who did the Suns verse? I do not remember clearly at all. They versed the Dogs and got absolutely thumped. I'm going to tip the Swans, but you never know. You never know. Gold Coast could easily win this one. They could come out and, yeah, just upset everyone with their tips. Carlton and Brisbane, 4:35 p.m. at Marvel Stadium. Carlton, only 17% of people have tipped the Blues. And you know what? I'm actually going to tip them, I reckon. Oh, but they're coming off such a bad loss as well. I reckon they'll get the job done. I remember back in 2019 when, obviously when Cripps did that little sidestep against the Lions. That was one of the best moments of the year. And I reckon, yeah, the Blues have a massive chance against Brisbane here. And I reckon they could definitely bounce back and win this one at their home ground. Hopefully they do for my tip as well. So we'll tip the Blues, lock it in. Second last game on the Saturday night, or on the Saturday. Melbourne and Richmond. Oh, Richmond. Richmond flogged the Saints. This is a difficult one. But the D's are coming off such good form. Richmond always step up in the big times though, don't they? They always step up when they need to. So I'm going to say that the Tigers will win it. Yeah, I reckon they'll lose the Melbourne winning streak. And I reckon they'll get it done because they always seem to just get it done in the most important moments. So I reckon they'll get it done. And then at Optus Stadium on the Saturday night, so there we go. The Dockers finally have a Saturday night game. We're always normally our last game on the Sunday, but we'll take a Saturday night. 8:10 p.m. my time in Vic. Freo and North Melbourne. 2% have tipped North Melbourne. Oh my god, I'm so tempted to tip North Melbourne. Like, seriously, I'm not confident in us at all. But I never tip against my own team. And if we lose against North Melbourne, which, look, I actually think we might. I think we might lose against the Kangas. But I'm going to tip the Dockers, just because they're my own team. And I reckon we should get the job done at least. Hawthorn and Adelaide. This one's interesting. At UTAS. Oh, this one's a hard one to tip. Adelaide are coming off... What are the Crows coming off? I need to always remember they're coming off the loss against the Dockers. And the Hawks are coming off the loss against the D's. Oh, this one's difficult. I'm going to tip the Crows, actually. I'm going to change it to the Crows. But Hawthorn do have a big chance of winning this one. I wish there was a option for a draw as well, because that could be quite interesting. And then the main game of the round is obviously Collingwood and Essendon. This one is going to be such a good game. It always is such a good game. I'm going to back in the Pies here. Obviously, I don't know if most of you guys know this, but the Pies are my second favourite team. So we'll be backing in the Pies, and we'll be barracking for them as well. And the last game is Port Adelaide versus St Kilda at Adelaide Oval. Yeah, the Power should easily get this one done in the end at their home ground. So we'll press submit like we always do, and the tips are in. So there we have the tips for round 6. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for the tips. I'm so sorry for being inconsistent of the uploads over the past week. I'll try and get back into uploading a good schedule. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.